Okay, here is your stake, and I have pulled a line, a yellow line, that goes all the way to the other stake. I'll crawl over the rocks and show you where it hits just at the corner of our little fence dividing the two sections of our yard. Here is where it hits the little corner of our fence here behind our spa area. And as you can see, the existing hog wire fence appears to be about 2.5 feet on your side of the property line. So where this line runs all the way to that stake over there on the other side, I'll show you. Okay, here's the line running all the way across here. And to right here, which is where your surveyor put a stake. You can see it right here. This is your stake. So this is where the fence would end on our side at the corner of your lot. And right up here, again, you can see there's about, between the string and the existing hog wire fence, is about, in some places it's about 2.5 feet, some places it's more like 3.5 feet. So when the fence is moved, you will be gaining that amount of access to your property. So the fence is going to run right along here, all the way to that corner. I'm going to go back to that corner now. Behind our spa area here, you can see here is the line showing where the new fence will be, and here's where the existing hog wire fence is. So we're losing a little bit more of this little rock berm area than I would have liked, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. So over here in this corner, let me get back over there. There's the corner again. You can see this area in here is what is going to be, once the hog wire fence is gone, this is what is returning to your rightful control. Let me get over here. Okay, so here's that corner. Again, it gets a little closer here to where the hog wire fence is. At any rate, right there will be the first post. It will be on our side of the line, and the cedar fence will run on a 6-foot cedar fence right across here, and all that way to that stake. We're going to stain the cedar fence so that it will look, see those oak trees? It's going to be a dark gray with a little bit of green in it. So my painter has pulled a color that will look almost exactly like the oak trees look in the shade. So this should completely disappear to you, and we are going to try to get this planted with some ceanothus vines that will eventually completely cover and kind of screen out the fence itself. Now, one thing I want to direct your attention to here. There is a pipe here. We believe that this ran to the old spa, which has been taken out. You see on this side of our little fence here, right on the other side, there's an old solar heating device from the 90s. And we believe this is the return pipe that fed the old spa. Now you can see it's been a long time since whoever owned this property assumed the property line was over where the hog wire fence is. Anyway, we believe this pipe is abandoned, and but before doing anything about it, it's on your property, so I need to consult you with it. We can either leave it there, and knowing that you are going to build a berm or a rock wall or whatever it is you're going to do on your side of the line, we just leave it there. Or, as a part of my fence construction project, I can have the guy take it out. So it runs, I'll show you where it runs. It runs all the way, and I'm gonna move the camera here. Hold on. Here's the existing privacy fence we have around our little ceremonial area. What we're going to do is something very similar to this, but the gap will be a little bit smaller than this. About half the gap. Now this is cedar, it's unpainted, untreated. We are proposing to paint it. Let me show you, hold on. So this pipe terminates here. I believe it fed the old spa, which is no longer here. At any rate, we will have that checked out by the contractor. And do you mind if it just stays here? If this is truly abandoned, here's where it lies on your property, and where it is right now. Here's where the new fence will be. So it's just a piece of old piping. So let's think together about what to do with this. Thanks. One more, I'll show you the fencing behind our sweat lodge. Here's the existing privacy fence we have around our little ceremonial area. What we're going to do is something very similar to this, but the gap will be a little bit smaller than this. About half the gap. Now this is cedar, it's unpainted, untreated. We are proposing to paint it. Let me show you, hold on. This is some other fencing that is weathered kind of barnwood. So it would be like the darker tones in this, so that it will look very much like the oaks in the shade. So much darker than this, but in about that tonality. Here's what the fence looks like now facing your side of the property. So again, it would look like this, except the gaps will not be as wide and darker. I think it's going to pretty much disappear as you view it from your porch.